Hello, I'm Eunice Dadakula. Welcome to Business English. In this lesson, we're looking at how to negotiate successfully in a business setting. Have you ever had to negotiate something at work? How did you go? In this video, we will look at how to use tag questions, which are often used in a negotiation setting. A question tag is a short question added to the end of a positive or negative statement. A sentence containing a question tag is a tag question. We will learn some useful words and phrases for business negotiations. A negotiation is the process of discussing an issue with two or more people in order to reach an agreement that usually benefits both parties. Let's first look at a role play on business negotiation between Sue, the client, and Andy, the vendor.
Thank you for the proposal, Andy. I've had a look through it. So let's get down to business, shall we?
Yes, sure.
I've had to think about what you're proposing. The process takes around 6 months, doesn't it?
6 months if we get everything done in a very, very tight time frame. The best case scenario that we've proposed is 12 months to ensure that we deliver the project properly.
I see.
Just looking at the 12-month time frame, you don't have any problems with that, do you?
Well, I need the project finished sooner rather than later, so 12 months doesn't work for us.
What if we reworked the timeline to complete the project in 10 months?
Let me think. It looks like that would be fine, actually. 10 months to complete the project.
So I think that's the final deal, isn't it?
Yes.
Thank you very much, Sue.
Listen to how Sue starts out the negotiation.
Thank you for the proposal, Andy. I've had a look through it. So let's get down to business, shall we?
Did you notice that this is a question, but it's different from the way we ask most questions? Here, Sue uses a short phrase at the end to show that this is a question. This is called a question tag. She says, "Shall we?" We often use them to invite other people to agree with us. Sue knows the answer will be yes, so using a question tag here is very natural, and the conversation moves in the direction she wants. In a negotiation, when we want to find agreement, asking questions in this way is a good way to show people you want them to agree with you. Do you know any other question tags? Take a minute, have a think. Tell us in the comments. Here are some common examples. Don't you? Aren't you? Isn't it? Haven't you? Can't you? We make question tags with two words, an auxiliary or modal verb of the main sentence plus the subject of the sentence. In the example above, the subject is we because the sentence starts with let's, let us. Shall is used to invite the participants to begin. Can you remember any other tag questions in the role play? The process takes around 6 months, doesn't it? You don't have a problem with that, do you? So I think that's the final deal, isn't it? Remember, if the sentence is a positive, the question tag must be negative. Like this.
The process takes around 6 months, doesn't it?
If the sentence is negative, the question tag must be positive, like this.
You don't have any problems with that, do you?
Remember, we use a rising intonation at the end of the question tag because they are always yes/no questions. Write down 3 questions with question tags in them that you might need to ask at work. Okay, now that we know what question tags are, how do we answer them? Here's the thing. Answering tag questions can be slightly difficult. Often we just say yes or no.
Thank you for the proposal, Andy. I've had a look through it. So let's get down to business, shall we?
Yes, sure.
Sometimes we may repeat the tag and reverse it. For example,
You can do it. can't you?
Yes, I can.
Be very careful about answering tag questions. We answer a tag question according to the truth of the statement. Your answer reflects the real facts, not the question itself. It's cold outside, isn't it? Yes equals, it is true that it's cold. No equals, it is false that it is cold. This way of using English is very different to a lot of other languages. The main thing to take note of is to decide if we agree or disagree with the original statement, not the question. Try answering these examples. We are studying English, aren't we? Yes, we are. This is a conversation English course, isn't it? No, it's a business English course. Tag questions are useful for negotiations, aren't they? Yes, they are. Okay, now we're going to learn some specific phrases and words that are often used in negotiations. Let's first listen to a conversation between Sue and Raj about the negotiation discussion between Sue and Andy.
The bottom line is, Raj, we need to make sure the project is done properly. We cannot rush it.
I understand that, Sue, but surely we can compromise. Do they really need 10 months to get it done?
They initially said it would take 12 months. I pushed back, and they then presented a counter-proposal, which was completing the project in 10 months.
I see. Sounds like it was a tough negotiation.
Yes, it certainly was, but I think they understood our point of view.
Well, I'm glad they're complying with our timelines now. Although, I wish they would find a way to get the project done in 6 months.
Neither of us wanted a deadlock, so we had a mutual understanding that we needed to find a new way forward.
That's good to hear.
In the end, the trade-off was that we would be paying more for the project to be completed in 10 months.
That's a good compromise. I think we can live with that.
Let's go through some useful words you heard in that discussion between Sue and Raj. First, try to guess what type of word they are. Do you think they are a noun, verb, or adjective? Then repeat each word or phrase after you hear it. Bottom line. Compromise. Push back. Counter-proposal. Point of view. Comply. Deadlock. Mutual. Trade-off. Now, let's look at how they were used in the role play and see if you can guess the meanings.
The bottom line is, Raj, we need to make sure the project is done properly. We cannot rush it.
I understand that, Sue, but surely we can compromise. Do they really need 10 months to get it done?
Bottom line can mean the most important fact in this situation. Here, it is the fact that the project should be done properly. To compromise can mean to change your mind slightly to reach an agreement.
They initially said it would take 12 months. I pushed back, and they then presented a counter-proposal, which was completing the project in 10 months.
I see. Sounds like it was a tough negotiation.
Yes, it certainly was, but I think they understood our point of view.
To push back can mean to disagree. You heard Sue say she pushed back because she did not agree with the deadline. A counter-proposal is the second offer which is given in reply to the first offer. The vendor, Andy, said the project will take 12 months, and when Sue pushed back, Andy came back with a counter-proposal. A point of view is a person's thoughts or ideas. In the discussion, Sue says Andy understood her point of view.
Well, I'm glad they're complying with our timelines now. Although, I wish they would find a way to get the project done in 6 months.
Neither of us wanted a deadlock, so we had a mutual understanding that we needed to find a new way forward.
That's good to hear.
In the end, the trade-off was that we would be paying more for the project to be completed in 10 months.
To comply can mean to agree. In the discussion, Raj says it's good that the vendor is complying with the deadline. A deadlock is a point in the negotiation where no side will change their mind. There is 100% disagreement. Sue wanted to avoid this, and so did the other party, Andy. She says they had a mutual understanding. They wanted to move forward. Mutual can mean agreed by everyone. And finally, a trade-off is something that we give away to get another thing. Because Sue was not able to compromise on the timeline of 12 months for the project, the trade-off, she says, was that she had to pay more for the project. Now we know what type of words they are and what they mean. Try to write a sentence using each word. Thank you for watching this episode of Business English. If you liked the lesson, why not leave us a like? If you want to learn more about Business English, this video is part of a series, and you can watch more episodes here and here. I will see you in the next lesson.